Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
Welcome back.
This is Two Couch Review. No longer Two Couch Talk.
No longer Two Couch Talk. We got rid of the talk. It was like, get the hell out. We're not talking no more.
Exactly.
Even though we're talking at this particular moment.
Yeah.
But, you know,
we're talking about different things.
Different things.
We
here.
literally talked about like anything we possibly could for those like 25 episodes or whatever it was.
Yeah, give or take.
In Two Couch Talk, and it was it's getting stale real quick.
Got real stale real quick. You guys didn't like it. You said this bread is too stale. You can't even break it no more.
Exactly.
You threw it out in the trash, and we took the hint. Now we're reviewing.
Yep.
And you guys are paying attention. Shout out to Warner Brothers for the Joker.
Yeah.
You know, we appreciate
Thanks, guys.
it.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys watching the episode.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And then he needs with copyright. But hey, it's all good. You guys watched the episode, and
Exactly.
that's what matters.
Somebody had to go in and watch the episode to find the clip.
Find the clip and then hit us with copyright. But hey, Warner Brothers, if you ever want us to review one of your movies, feel free to hit us up.
Yeah.
We will give you a gold star too, Warner Brothers. You have to earn it.
Yeah.
Like all the others who are showing up, you know, getting
There's
some
no
snackies.
freebies out here.
No, it's not fair.
Sorry,
They
man.
came here. They're here. You
Yeah.
know, they're at the table, dinner table, and breakfast table, and all that, and they're earning their stars. Why can't you guys?
Exactly.
Let's just be real.
Exactly.
Shout out to Warner Brothers.
Plus, they have to climb a ladder because they hit us with the copyright. So it's
That's
like,
true.
yeah.
Now
they're in timeout right now with the dunce cap on.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, speaking of dunce cap, what are we reviewing today?
We are going to be reviewing a pretty classic show, very nostalgic for people of our age.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Hey.
Throwing it back to early 2000s Cartoon Network.
Is it then? Steady, here it comes!
Oh, come on. I'm a working skeleton.
It seems to be a swirling vortex of pure evil.
Hey.
Yeah, what'd you guys think?
What you think? Pretty good,
very,
right?
very nostalgic, right?
Yeah, back in the good old days.
With the theme song and everything playing, you know.
Hell, when they still used to actually animate on paper.
Mm-hmm. Good times, good times.
So
all right,
yeah.
so for the first episode, which is the pilot, actually.
Yeah, which is the pilot. I actually completely forgot about that. I always thought it was, you know, different, but it was obviously the pilot.
It was the pilot for sure. If you can tell by the animation
Ooh,
quality, the humor within it, it was literally a pilot. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
just a pitch to Cartoon Network and be like, hey yo, this is our idea. What do you think of it?
Yeah, what's good? This is the okay, so we'll just might as well say it. The premise of the show, in which case, dude, the show's old. Spoiler alert. We don't even have to put spoiler alert. Kind of like.
Yeah. I hope you watch the show.
Yeah, we'll just put a rotten alert. You know what? Rotten alert.
Rotten.
Because it's past tense. It's been past spoil. It's rotten.
Yeah.
Now. Okay. All right. So rotten alert. The show's about a little boy, a little girl named Billy and Mandy. Mandy's kind of a narcissistic, egotistical, super intelligent human being. It's the little girl, but super intelligent.
Yeah.
Billy's just a moron.
Billy's just the ultimate insane idiot that like
ever existed.
Like all the stereotypes of hit, you know.
Yeah, and then Grim is literally the Grim Reaper, and what he's doing is he's coming to actually reap Billy's hamster, and
Mr.
so
Snuggles.
Mr. Snuggles. So this episode, he comes to get rid of him, or get the hamster, and in doing so, he ends up being challenged by Mandy, who's Mandy, and says, "Hey, you know, how about we do a game or something?" And Grim, being he is, says, "Hell yeah, let's do it."
Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
whatever.
He's the Grim Reaper. What does he have to fear?
Exactly.
So he takes him to Limbo to ironically play Limbo, and in doing so, in that episode, you see Billy say "kiss, kiss," and that ends up making his hamster go nuts and start attacking. So when they get to the point where the Grim Reaper is obviously going to win the Limbo, that's when Mandy says "kiss, kiss,"
and Grim starts to get all confident and shit.
Yeah, overly cocky.
He's about to go under the bar for Limbo, and he's like, "Any last words, little girl?" And Mandy goes, "Oh, just two. Kiss, kiss." And then the hamster, Mr. Snuggles, attacks Grim and makes him knock the bar over. And then he loses.
And
now
the wager on this line was if he was to lose the Grim Reaper, he would have to become their friends for eternity.
And they get to keep Mr. Snuggles.
Mm-hmm. And if he was to win, he would actually get Mr. Snuggles and
Billy.
Billy. So it was kind of a win-win for him in his mind, but he lost.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's it. That was
literally it.
Yeah, that was it. Straight to the point. All right, so we're at to technically episode 1, but episode 2.
Yeah,
for the most part.
So this episode was kind of more just still introduction. You know, they're still introducing some characters, and there'll be more characters introduced throughout the series that I'm not sure when they get introduced into the story, but
they Erwin and
Pudding.
And Pudding. Oh yeah, I forgot about Pudding.
Yeah, you know those characters, but those later episodes.
Way later on. I would actually ballpark season 2, maybe 3 for those characters.
But in this episode, we meet Billy's parents.
Yes.
Harold and what's her name? I totally forgot. It's a G.
Yeah. You're making me have a brain fart right now. You said that. Gladys, I think it was.
Gladys.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Gladys.
Glad you said that. Hey, dad jokes.
You can tell we might be filming this a little late.
I mean, we might have had a couple of drinks too.
Yeah, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It's all authentic out here. We ain't
no pause cut. Nope. No. That's all. What you see is what you get.
So we meet them, and Gladys, Billy's mom, goes to wake up Billy, and then she opens the curtains, and Grim is underneath the covers on Billy's bed. And he's like, "Do you know what time it is?" And he pokes his, skeleton head out, and she freaks out.
Yeah,
wakes up Harold, Billy's dad, and then they go into the room, and then Billy's sitting there in the covers, and Harold never sees Grim, but Gladys does.
Yeah, throughout the whole episode, that's the whole stick of the episode.
Yeah,
she continues to keep seeing Grim, so she starts getting paranoid and schizophrenic and all that. She's just starting to have mental issues, basically breaking down. And then honestly, that's generally the whole episode.
Yeah, I mean, after that, it's like Grim goes to take a shower, and then for some reason she opens up the shower even if she thinks it's Billy.
Well, it's because she was trying to get Billy towels.
Yeah,
and then she runs out, gets Harold comes back, and Billy's sitting on the toilet taking a dump.
See, the humor is way different.
Yeah.
now versus back then. Because I'm sure back then, when we were younger and stupider, we thought that was hilarious.
But it's just such boring writing in reality. Honestly, that was
for sure.
That was kind of disappointing.
Don't get me wrong, it gets better.
Way better
throughout the series. But just these first few episodes where they're kind of getting their footing in and testing the waters basically on ratings,
figuring it out what really is Billy and Mandy.
Yeah.
All right. So
it's a little rough.
Yeah. So that's basically episode 2, guys.
At the end of the episode, Gladys, Billy's mom, goes away with Harold's sister.
It is Harold's sister, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she goes and I don't know, sleeps there. Or,
just to get away.
Or chills there for a little while, and that's it.
That's it, literally, and then. It ends the scene with Grim laughing. And
Grim waving to her.
Yeah, kind of
laughing at her.
Yeah, kind of ha. And then now we're in episode 3, which is by far the episode when you finally start seeing the actual humor of the show starting to really take wind.
Definitely.
And in which case, I'm just gonna jump in this one because we're kind of going a little bit over time. Basically. Oh,
sorry.
Ooh, unprofessional.
Issues. I know. Finally, I had a slip up.
There you go. So, this episode basically Grim wants to become a model. That's always been his dream, and in so doing the modeling and everything, they Billy and Mandy dressed him up with the stockings and then put meat inside his stockings and then put. Was it a 7 ball and but basically billiards balls in his eye socket so that way he has eyes, and then he goes to
and he has a red wig.
Needs to say he goes to the modeling agency and they say, "Oh yeah, we'll go with you," but then you find out that the whole reason why is because the commercial that they put him in was like, this is what you don't want to look like, and to help prevent it is by wearing
these swimsuits.
Buy this swimsuits,
Yeah.
and then you'll become a buff man or a super attractive, beautiful woman. And
yeah, Grimm was just feeling, left out because he didn't know what to do with himself while Billy and Mandy were
at school,
at school or off doing their own thing. So I guess his dream was to be a model and to be a swimsuit model.
Yeah, and okay, we didn't tell the jokes or nothing like that, but that by far is like, at
Yeah,
least
like-
watch to that episode, and then you'll start understanding the humor starting to get there.
One of the funniest jokes in that episode was, in my opinion, was when he walked in the first time to the modeling agency. He didn't have any like costume on. He was literally just like bones. But he walked in, and these girls that are sitting there are like, "Oh my God, he's so skinny. He must have a really good personal trainer." And it's like, dude, he's a skeleton. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, he's just but that's just like the type of humor that show has, where they poke fun at.
It was different times back then. This is like 15 years ago. Like,
it might even be longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go,
Yeah. Give it a chance.
slashing it up and oh my, this is so offensive. Dude, take a chill pill. Come down off your pedestal. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
See?
I can hear him screaming at me right now.
Jeez.
I know, right?
He's look how much you guys look how bad you guys got Jared worked up.
Son of a bitch.
Poor Manchi. All right, so
Okay.
let's jump into episode 4, because we just basically the way they're set up is that one episode has 2 episodes. So we just watched 2 episodes. So we're now to episode 4. This episode starts off with how did this episode actually start?
It was at Billy's house.
Yeah.
And Billy and Grimm were walking over to
Go see Mandy. Uh-huh.
And Billy was acting a little strange. And Grimm calls him stupid. And then Billy agrees with him that he's stupid. And Grimm's like...
Yeah, very egregious of him.
And Grimm's like, well, okay. As long as you know.
Yeah, as long as you're aware of it.
As long as you're aware of it, it's cool. And they get to Mandy's house, and basically the whole premise of the day is that it's opposite day. So they open the door. Mandy says, get out, or nobody's here, get out. And Billy runs inside, and then Mandy explains opposite day to Grimm.
Yes.
And they go on throughout the day.
And then hilarity ensues.
Yeah. And then they sit down, play some video games. This was kind of poking fun at like Nintendo 64. They went to go play video games, and they hold up the controller, and it is just a mess. I mean, it has like 10 different joysticks and 20 buttons all spread out underneath the controller with like 4 different arms coming off of it.
Which was hilarious, yeah.
And he's like, I don't even know how to hold this thing.
Yeah, and that's hilarious because, anyone who's ever played the old N64, it was like known to be one of the worst controllers ever.
Yeah, dude, I didn't know how to hold one when I first saw it.
Yeah, you're just like, okay.
Here, put up a picture real quick of a N64 controller.
Is it right here?
Here they go.
Yeah.
That's a Nintendo 64 controller. Yeah. And if you know how to hold one of those properly, props to you.
Yeah, congratulations. You know what? You get a gold star.
You get a gold star. So, basically what happens is that Mandy is like, hey, Grimm, will you go do my chores? And Grimm's like, no, I won't. And Mandy's like, oh, well, it's opposite day. So
that means you will.
So that means you will. And so he goes, does the dishes, mows the lawn. And then later on, Mandy's like, oh, man, my dog's looking really lonely. Would you mind, giving him some attention? And he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to kiss your slobbery, mangy-looking mutt. And she's like, oh, but that means you will. Yep. So, and he basically just gives in. And he's like, fine, I'll do it. So he does that. And then they go inside to eat. And Billy asks Grimm if he wants some ketchup. And Grimm's like, no, I'm good. And Billy's like, okay. And squirts some ketchup all over his plate. And,
yeah.
And it's just like stupid shit like that.
Stupid little. That's where you start to see the.
And Grimm's losing it. Like he's having hallucinations of like slicing them up with his scythe.
Yeah, killing them.
and they pull out a pie to have for the end of their lunch. I guess they have whole ass pies when must be nice.
Yeah, right. It just cut in fours, perfectly cut.
Yeah,
and then that's when the scene when they basically acknowledged that it actually was an opposite day.
Yeah, Grim. Mandy says, Billy says that we deserve pie after this rough day, and Grim goes, "Oh shit, I got them." So he's like, "Aha! You said you deserve pie. That means you don't. So no pie for you." And then Mandy's like, "Well, when I said it was opposite day, that means it wasn't opposite day at the very beginning of like the episode." So, and then Billy's like, "You did all those chores for nothing, you fucking loser."
Yeah, he's ad-libbing there, but for the most part, that's what he said.
Yeah. And then Grim just loses it and starts doing the
old school
and pulls
cartoon.
out a mallet, starts bopping himself
head.
on the head, and then black circle closes in,
and then credits. And so that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the episodes. So actually, with that being said,
keep watching.